This week, we are headed into bear country. Roar!
And we have a close encounter with a black bear mama and her 3 cubs.
We visit the largest gas station in the world.
We play some Hillbilly Golf.
Take a skylift to a mountaintop.
And a coaster back down.
Then we have dinner with Paula Dean.
That's right, y'all. We are headed to Pigeon Forge.
Before we get to that, hit that like and the subscribe button, and maybe even hit that notification bell. Those things are all free. It really helps our channel continue to grow, and it helps us bring new content to you guys, just like this.
You only put 10% in the airbags, right?
Turn right on Horton Highway.
35. We're gonna hit the bottles, I think. Slow some. Yeah, okay.
Continue on Horton Highway for half a mile. In 1 mile.
Just left the Baileyton KOA in Tennessee, and we are headed to
Pigeon Forge!
That's right, Pigeon Forge.
By way of?
Honeysuckle RV Park.
No. By way of?
Whoa.
Buc-ee!
Buc-ee's! The biggest Buc-ee's in the world.
The biggest gas station in the world. At least for the next, 25 days. We're so excited. We have been wanting to go to this one since it opened, and have not been here yet. So we're really excited to be going there.
Green is not going to dampen my spirits.
In 1 3/4 miles, take exit 407 on the right to Tennessee 66
still going
south,
to Buc-ee's.
then keep left.
It's going to be fantastic.
The Winfield Gun Parkway.
All those RVs that passed us, they now look like they're in line waiting to go to Buc-ee's. Oh, you see, baby girl? Are we at Buc-ee's? It's so cute.
You seriously can't be all the parking they have.
I'm not saying we did this, but we may possibly have gotten fuel just to find a place to park. What?
Buc-ee is the largest gas station in the world. And it shows.
It definitely shows.
Buc-ee's beach fair.
So it looks like for the big rigs, pumps 1 through 10-ish or so are the best way to get in because it gives you the most room. It's like 3 to 4 lanes you can turn in. Here at the end, you can see we're on the end here. Now we're giving a quick walk to our puppies, but the rest of the pumps, the ones down there, you have to fight the traffic and the parked cars to get back out again. Not impossible, it's just I wouldn't do it with a big rig.
We are at the bottom of the map.
Okay.
In the office, you're probably parked right out here somewhere.
Yep.
You'll go up this road at the stop sign, make a left, and you're going to swing a U-turn around some mailboxes over here.
Okay.
There's plenty of room to do that.
Okay.
Don't hesitate. And so then you'll just swing it right here and go and just pull right into 53.
It's a pull-in?
It is a pull-in.
Oh,
yes.
I forgot about that. Okay, so I was going to say, it looked like it would be easier to go this way and back in, but it's a pull-in.
It is a pull-in, so you'll just go in this way, and you can get in the grass or whatever you need to do. It's no issues with that. And you've got plenty of room to do all that.
Okay.
And
The next couple of minutes of driving and me getting to this campsite are gonna be like,
And then you've got, yep, yeah, that's the stuff. Slow. Now you're close.
Hey guys, Future Mike here in video editing on our back deck. I want to bring you all of the epic footage that we got while in Pigeon Forge. Unfortunately, when I was going to edit the Anakeesta footage that we had, I noticed that I needed to get permission from their media department in order to use it. And I've contacted them over about a 2-week period and sent 2 different emails, neither of which they've responded to. So unfortunately, I cannot include that footage. I also went to their website here to try and get some of their B-roll assets, and although they say they're available, they unfortunately seem to be blocked. Feel free to look it up yourself. It was a fairly good time we had when we went there. We did feel maybe a little nickeled and dimed on the price points, but we still had a good time. So check it out on their website.
You know where we're headed?
Hillbilly Cafe, I believe.
That's it. Let's go.
Saying about it.
I think he said he was talking about where they both start. Oh, I guess that's where it ends. Oh! Good job!
Well done. Oh, Rob. Hey guys, we are in. Where are we at?
The old mill on Pigeon Forge. That's going to the general store, so you may have to watch for yourself.
Just got done eating at the Old Mill restaurant. Food was pretty good. National and State Park Camping Journal. Fire.
I was looking at this one, there's people right next to it. It smells like a creamery. I hope not. It's really strong, musky smell.
That's what I would. Now that's what I would expect leaves to smell like.
Yeah, it's a very strong, musty smell, which I'm not sure is preferable in a candle that you're burning in your house. Are they both the horseshoe knives?
Yeah, these are the horseshoes and that one was the railroad spike.
Yeah. Where are we?
We are at Sky Pirates of Mermaid Bay Mini Golf in Pigeon Forge.
An epic golf adventure.
That's right.
We'll be the
So
judge.
epic.
We'll be the judge of that. But I do have to say that the smell wafting out of the lobby area smells very much like pina colada and sun lotion.
Yeah, I was gonna say it smells like suntan lotion. Sunscreen, I mean.
Not that we need it today.
So this happened.
The rain seems to be following us wherever we go this trip.
Maybe we should have done the mermaid.
We may be doing the mermaid by the end of this course regardless.
The mermaid's inside the mermaid course.
Our real pirates don't care about rain. We played through it. If you're just coming to Cades Cove for one day, you want to get the $5 parking pass. But if you plan to be here more than 3 times in 1 week, it's cheaper to get the weekly parking pass for $15. Now we've got our pass, we're ready to go. We are on the hike to the John Oliver cabin here in Smoky Mountain National Park. It's supposed to be, according to all trails, about a half mile and an easy hike. Cades Cove is an 11-mile loop in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, best known for its abundant wildlife. Some of the wildlife you may see in the park include deer, elk, bison, and bear. More than 100 years before this became a national park, it was a home and community. You can still see some of the cabins and churches when visiting. Though the loop is a one-way road and it's only 11 miles long, the park gets over 2 million visitors every year. You can expect there to be slow and stopped vehicles along your route, especially if the wildlife is out wandering. Those bear jams can be brutal. We made several stops along our route of about 10 to 15 minutes, but it took us over 4.5 hours by car to complete the loop, so plan your trip accordingly. Guys, we just finished the most epic experience I think ever on our e-bikes, and that was getting to bike through the Smoky Mountain National Park in Cades Cove. It's an 11-mile loop, and on Wednesdays they only allow bikes, so it is fantastic. There were a bunch of other people on the trail, a little bit hard to find parking, but we saw 12 bears. Well, several mamas and their cubs, and turkey and deer and all kinds of wild wildlife as well.
Horses too.
Yeah, horses. You can't forget those. It was just really an epic experience. So if you want somewhere to go with your e-bikes, it is a little bit of a strenuous bike without it being e-bikes. With the e-bikes, it was okay. There were a few places that it does tell you to get off and walk down the steep grades, so just be mindful of those. But fantastic experience for the whole family. We saw lots of people out here with their kids too. This is one of the many enrichment tools that we use for our puppies. It's called a snuffle mat. I will put a link in the description for you, or maybe the QR code. Maybe Mike can put the QR code right up here for you. Mike? You can put the QR code right up here for them?
Yes.
But the puppies absolutely love it. It folds up really flat, so it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's one of the many ways we keep our dogs happy and entertained when we're on the road.
Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride.
Just showed up at Paula Dean's family restaurant with no reservations on Thursday. A little nervous, but they told us to go right upstairs. Are you excited for this?
So excited.
It's gonna be family style dining, so I'm pretty excited. But are you hangry?
I might be.
All right, dig in. I got the picture, dig in. Look at this though. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing.
Definitely got some butter on it.
Does it have bud?
in the dark against it all, but made it through the day, 'cause I found my way.
Thank you.
I found my way.
How big the feet are?
In bad times, I know
How big are,
How big our feet are?
oh, there we go.
'cause I found my way. 'Cause I found my way, my way, my way, find my way, my way. 'Cause I found my way, my way, my way, find my way, my way. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. 'Cause I found my way, I found my way.
It's gonna go a little slower. Is that a bear right there?
Says great coffee is an adventure. This should be like our coffee.
It is our adventure.
That's right. Okay. Well, I'm not sure that the awning could support a back porch swing for now, but when we go back to Sticks and Bricks, I think the swing is definitely in the cards.
I think so.
Let's go check out the general store.
Sure.
No?
So, spoiler alert, as a man from Washington, which you probably have already gathered already, I am drinking a boiling hot cup of coffee. It's actually a latte, but I am drinking it on an 85-degree day, like a crazy Washingtonian.
I'll agree with that. Do we want to go to the fried pies first or the general store first? Or the wood carving?
Probably, I guess, the farther, the general store.
That would be
Or
wood
the
carving.
wood carving, maybe.
Yeah, it sounds like he's over there carving something now.
Oh, wow. Maybe he sold the Navy one.
All by himself?
Oh, I'll let you open the door.
Okay. Yeah, yes.
They're after my own heart.
This one?
Oh, that's cool.
This is the Jeep lovers paradise right here.
I'm looking at the Dalmatian decks.
They're soccer balls, but yeah. This one, look at this
I
one.
say they're Dalmatian duck. Oh, that's
This is really a cow.
a cow duck.
What? What is that?
That's weird. Tattooed.
lightning?
I think it's a tattooed duck. Spicy fire pickles. Habanero ghost slims.
We got apple salsa, mango lime salsa. Hey, look, they've got key lime jelly too. I love how in one spot it says the maximum speed is 27 miles an hour, but then in another spot on the same web page it says that it can go up to 30 miles an hour.
Results may vary.
Results definitely may vary. Now, we actually had heard about these coasters before we came, and one of our pro tips, if you like saving money, like we like to save money, maybe I should just call them instead of pro tips, maybe I should call them like cost savings tips. So one of our cost savings tips when we're headed to an area is I do like to use websites like Groupon and Viator to see if I can find discounts. And especially around Mother's Day, Father's Day, special events, holidays, they'll have additional discounts and deals. And this was one of those things. We saw this, we knew we were coming to the Smokies. We saw it on one of the websites and we went ahead and purchased our tickets. The only thing is just make sure that it doesn't expire before you arrive.
Your handles forward.
Amy, what's your take on the Alpine Coaster?
Well, I was afraid I would be the problem, you know. It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. Turns out it wasn't.
No.
The problem was there were a lot of folks on the coaster. It's a very popular thing to do here, which meant that I could only go so fast.
Yeah.
And, you know, that took away a little bit from the enjoyment of it. I wish that they had limited people a little bit more so that you could go the speed you wanted, because what I found was the device itself actually was braking for me because it was detecting it was too close to the car in front of me, so it would just brake.
Yeah, it was me too. It only let you get so close, and they would just put on the brakes, and you'd be, no matter where you're at, and if you're in a dead spot or like a wall, it was just like you slowed down to nothing.
Yeah.
And yeah, they didn't, I don't know.
That was a little frustrating.
Hey guys, as always, we like to bring you the good, the bad, and the ugly of RV life. And when we talk about things like the touching incident, that's definitely one of the uglier sides of RV life. When we damaged our trailer, brand new trailer, and it was because I made a mistake. Amy's the one that pointed out what she thought it was, and she was right. It was the airbags. Back in the travel trailer days when we were hauling the Forest River was very poorly balanced. And it wasn't because it was overweight or anything like that. It was just poorly balanced given how far back the axles were on a 40-foot trailer. What that meant was that I had to have 85 psi in the airbags in order to tow it safely down the road without the weight distribution bars. I don't like those anymore. They cause too many problems. Now, fast forward to the Brinkley. When we bought it, we tested it in the parking lot of the dealer, and I put initially the 85 psi in there, and the trailer and the truck were like, you know, like this going. I'm like, okay, no, that's not right. So I dropped it all the way back down to 10 psi in stages until I got acceptable clearance between the truck and the RV and everything, and it looked right. Now, move forward again another month and a half after we, you know, while we were loading out and doing the upgrades and all that. You'll see our previous vlog videos for all those things. I forgot about the whole airbag thing, and we got back out on the road. We're hurry. You don't ever be on a hurry, guys. That's the #1 tip of RVing and full-time RV life. Don't be in a hurry, because I went to the airbags because I'd adjusted them back down to 10 again to make sure that we could drive around town and do the projects we needed to do without having to go. And then I went to tow it, and I'm like, 85 psi tow mode. And we put the Brinkley on there, and I didn't really pay attention to how the bed clearance. And what it turns out is that at 85 psi, even with the stuff that we had in it, which was less than the travel trailer, we only got 5.5 inches of bed clearance at 85 psi. Now, drove down the road fairly okay, a little rough, but didn't really have any issues with it until we got to Green Mountain, where the truck and the trailer were moving in different fashions, and then we touched. Took it out to a gravel parking lot, and it was nice and flat, and we tested it at 85 psi, gave us 5.5 inches of bed clearance, whereas 10 psi gave us 6.5 inches of bed clearance. And then the 35 psi preset gave us 6 inches of bed clearance. 6 inches is pretty much a minimum you want for a fifth wheel. And so I was like, okay, well, I want maximum, so we'll go to 10 psi. But that resulted in, with the extra weight in the trailer, the bumpers and the airbags touched a little bit going down the freeway, which made for a very bumpy and uncomfortable ride. So I bumped it up with the phone app to 35 psi, and that gave us the 6 inches of bed clearance for freeway travel, and it gave us a nice ride. And then when we get to places like Green Mountain, we just know we're going to bump it back down to 10 psi to get the maximum bed clearance for maneuvering. It's a little bit more work, but I wanted to make sure that you guys got, you know, the reasons, and maybe you can help you prevent this from happening to y'all. If you have airbags, you can make sure that you figure out what pressures you need for the different tow modes. And that's it. That's why the touching thing happened. I hope this helps. If you have any comments or suggestions that might help me, or to help the other viewers out, drop a comment down there. It helps our channel, and then it all helps us learn how to do this RV thing.
This week we have been staying at Honeysuckle Meadows RV Park, and we thought, even though this is not our full campground review, which you can watch once it's posted, maybe here, maybe. Yeah. We'll put it up there once it's posted. The vlogs come out earlier, but we want to give you some quick pros and cons of our time here, because we stayed here for a week. We'll start with the negatives and then move to the positives. So what's your number one thing that you really didn't care for about this campground?
Well, I'm guessing you might think it's the roads, but I didn't really find them that challenging. What I'm going to say is the fact that there are 0 dog pickup stations in the park. No trash cans except at the very front of the park, which makes depositing your deposits very difficult.
Your doggy deposits.
That's right.
I was actually going to say the dumpsters or the lack of dumpsters, because there are 2 loops here. There's a small loop. There's a large loop. The dumpster's not on either of the loops. It's at the front of the park, close to the road, and we actually had trouble finding it for the first couple of days. It's hidden between the office and some RV storage, tucked away back there so well that it's not even on the campground map, and we couldn't find it for the first couple of days. So we had to, a lot of times, kind of collect the doggy doo-doo and then make deposits every couple of days. And it's been warm, so that's not the most pleasant thing to have hanging around the campground. Yeah, I mean, and it feels like that'd be a pretty easy fix if they could just add in like a couple of dog stations, since they are dog friendly. That would be really helpful.
One thing I guess I would say that would be a much bigger negative for me if we didn't have our own washer dryer in our rig now would be the fact that there is only one washer dryer station in the park, and it is only in the big loop and all the way almost at the farthest end of the big loop. So for us in campsite 52, 53, we would be really far away.
Yep. But thankfully we have our own, so that wasn't an issue.
Right.
All right, so now on to the positives. What was your favorite part about this park? I know what mine was.
My favorite part was how close it was to all of the attractions, especially the national
Cades
park.
Cove. That's right. Yep. That's right. It is situated like right between Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and Cades Cove. And so for me, it's that and the price, because I'm always about the cost savings. And of course, the fact that it gave us the opportunity, because we're so close to Cades Cove, to have such an epic experience. I don't know if we would have gotten that opportunity to go and do the biking on Wednesday had we not been. It's only 30 minutes away from here. So we were able to go in the evening and make it happen and get to bike around it and see all the bear. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Definitely. And since I guess we're sharing kind of this positive, I'll add my own positive. And that was the restaurant that we went to, the Hillbilly Cafe nearby, which is very close by.
Yeah, it's only like a mile or two down the road.
It's definitely a place to stop and get yourself some food, because they are not only inexpensive, but they are delicious.
They are, but they're only open until like 2 o'clock. So make sure you get there early on, and their breakfast, especially the gravy biscuits, amazing. Check them out.
Be sure to stay tuned for our upcoming episodes where we continue our journey north like a bunch of lost pioneers with blindfolds on and a very bad sense of direction.
We may be halfway through the year, but we are not even halfway through this adventure. We have over 8,000 miles planned for 2024. You're not going to want to miss a minute.
Buckle up and enjoy the ride.